Hello everyone, this is Karthik from the Hidden Developer YouTube channel, and in today's video we are going to see how to set up Tizen TV SDK in our system. So in my previous video I've shown some basic steps that each developer has to go through in a Tizen TV application development lifecycle. So this SDK installation is the first step in an application development process, which is SDK installation. So SDK installation is basically you're setting up the necessary tools that you need in order to develop applications for Tizen TV. So the previous video was theoretical, so this is a little bit practical session. So we will be actually downloading the tools and setting up in our machine. So in the Tizen TV SDK is actually a kit which has some number of tools, like say for example the Tizen IDE, you have a TV simulator, you get a TV emulator, you get a web inspector for inspecting the code, etc. So these all come in a single, these all stuff is named as a single pack called the software development kit, and which is this will be available for all the major available operating systems like Windows, Linux and Mac. So our current point of focus is based on Windows. So here in this video we will see how to install this SDK and set up this SDK in Windows platform. So apart from the further ado, so let's get started. Okay. So as I said previously, Tizen TV SDK is available for all platforms. All you have to do is navigate to the development link, which is development.tizen.org/development/Tizen Studio/download, where you can see the download options for all the platforms. So like Windows, Ubuntu, Mac OS X, etc. And you can choose the respective mirror of your choice, and then you can go on downloading. Go ahead with the download option. So here I am downloading the Tizen Studio 3.6 with the IDE installer, so which will be much easier for my development task. The CLI installer is can also do the same thing, but you need to go around a little bit of extra setup to make it work on your system. So I'm going with the Tizen Studio 3.6 with the IDE installer. So I'm selecting the corresponding platform. So I'm choosing the 64-bit version. So go ahead and download this thing. So after downloading this thing, you just have to double click on the installer file, which will make you go to this window. So once your download is complete, after selecting the architecture, the mirror and everything, get the tool. And after once you in the Windows, you just double click the software. While as in the case of Mac, you have to go through the normal installation step that you require to install any other application on Mac. Same thing as in the case of Linux. In the case of Ubuntu, in default Ubuntu, then while installing the Tizen Studio, I have noticed that Ubuntu tells us that it needs the support of some extra packages that so these packages have to be installed first before moving on with the Ubuntu installation. I will be listing those softwares in my description section below in this video. So only in the case of Ubuntu, I think there will be such a prompt which makes you install the specific tools before providing the installation. So whereas in the case of Mac or Windows, the procedure is pretty straightforward. So you came at the first page of the installation window, where it says you the software license agreement. Then you have to accept the license agreement. And in the case of path, see the default path is already selected by the Tizen Studio software. So here it's showing an error saying that I have already installed Tizen Studio in the system. It's the same location, shows an error. So in your system, if it's the Tizen Studio is not installed, or you are going to install Tizen Studio later, you are uninstalled all the previous versions of Tizen Studio before installing the latest one. So that will give you with a pretty straightforward process of installation. And either you can choose the default location, or you can select a custom location by clicking on the dotted button. Here you can choose anywhere in your system. So when you're choosing a custom location, make sure that you have the administration privileges, or at least the privileges to install a software on the specific location. So make sure to select such location where you have specific installer permissions. So here I'm not going to proceed with the current, since I have already installed it. And regarding the data location, this is where Tizen Studio will install or keep up the application data. So here also you can choose either the default location, or you just go to the select button and select any other location that you need. So once you click install, the installation process will be straightforward. Maybe you have to wait for some times till the installer installs all the necessary components. So in the last step of the installation window, you will get a check mark that whether you open the update manager or not. So if not, you can close it. Either you can open it, you can select checkbox to open update manager, or you can just close the installer and open update manager from the start menu. So in open start and type Tizen package manager. So once you click on package manager, it takes some time to load. So it lists out the remote repositories that are needed to install specific tools for Tizen. So this is how it looks like when you're opening the package manager. Okay, so give it some time, and then you have this word extensions that needs to be listed out to the user what are the packages to install. So this is the same. If you have experience in installing the Android SDK, so the similar procedure, it checks out various repositories, it lists out the tools that you can install. Then from the list you select the specific tool that you need to install and click on install button, and the process goes on. Okay, so this is how the package manager window looks like. It has three tabs, which is the main SDK, extension SDK, and the third tab to indicate the processing installation of application. So in the first tab, you will see various platforms for mobile and wearable, tablet, etc. So these are the actual specific platforms for which Tizen was introduced, which is mobile. Tizen was initially released as a mobile operating system. If you take a introductory video with Tizen, we describe the actual platforms for which Tizen has injected, and then Tizen was later extended to for TV platforms. So in the first tab, you can see the default actual platform for which Tizen TV platform is intended. You will find various versions of mobile and wearable, Tizen SDK tools and all. Yeah, and then you come to the second tab, which is the extension SDK. So the extension Tizen, the platform for development in TVs, is added as a Tizen extension SDK. So when you come into the second tab, you will see actually the packages that you need to start developing on the platforms apart from mobile and tablet, like TV, IoT, and other cloud-based integration, etc., etc. So here you will see by default the needed packages like IoT setup manager, TV extension, IoT certificate extension. So basically you need the Tizen TV extension as well as the Tizen certificate extension. So certificate extension is actually you need to sign your TV apps with a certificate and make sure that you are this only authorized person to make changes in the app, and also it ensures that your app is secure and no one else is playing with your app. It ensures security. So this Samsung certificate extension and the TV extension is the one that you need to these are the basic tools that you need to install to start with Tizen TV development. So what you can do is select, and this for the time being this is delete, which means that I have already installed this package. So if you have not installed this package, then this will be install button. Okay, so once you click on these two extensions, the installation will proceed as normal. So this is in the case of direct installation. Well, if you are in a system that is becoming a firewall or for some other reasons you are not able to download these packages directly, you can download these packages without the help of the installer directly through the web, and then can install the separate packages here. So let me show you how you can do that. So go to this extension for samsung.com/martini/develop/tools. In this URL in which you can download the extension for the Tizen TV extension for TV. Here also the same way what like how you download Tizen Studio. So you can select the platform for which you want to download and the architecture for which you want to download. So go ahead and download this thing. And Samsung certificate extension is also something that you get along. You have to download separately. The download link for Samsung certificate extension will be supplied to you in the description of this video. Okay. So go ahead and download. The download procedure is straightforward. You can download it with the operator connection. Okay. And after we have downloaded, let's come back to the update manager. Now I need to, this is the position for direct installer. Now I'm going to install okay. So I'm going to show you how to install the locally downloaded TV extension SDK. So come ahead and click on the configuration button, which is the start shell button. So in that you have something at the bottom called the extension SDK. Click on that. Then you will find several links for listed by Samsung to download the remote packages. So go ahead and add. I need to add a new location, which is my local, to download the package. So click on this button. So I give a name, which is local download. Then in this instead of giving a URL, I give a password button. Download. Right. So let's go ahead and okay, let's suppose that this is the file that you are adding. So I'm not adding the proper file, so give me an error. Once you add the proper file, then this file will be listed in this list. Okay, all you have to do is click on OK after adding your valid Tizen TV SDK. Click on OK. Then after clicking OK, you close this box to see the added extension SDK is to be will be listed here. Then you can go ahead and click and then select install, and the installation process will go on as well. So once you complete the installation of the Tizen TV SDK and also the certificate extension, then you are ready to start developing for the Tizen TV platform. So this is how you set up your SDK. So in the next video we'll see on what are the programmable components, what are the components that we as a developer will get for to be programmed in a Tizen environment. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for videos.